Hello fellow crafters! This is a design team project for Sandra at Be Happy Stationery. This kit is a whimsical autumn and proves that autumn doesn't have to be dull. I made a 3-month mini agenda with a master board that I've made earlier in videos and recycled papers. I will be using a 3-hole pamphlet stitch to secure the 4 signatures, and I will embellish everything with a mix of Sandra's ephemera and my scrap busting makes. In the description below, you will find links to Sandra YouTube channel, her coffee shop where you have 30% off when you purchase her kit. There's also a link to my playlist of journal ready to have a forever home. Just email me if you are interested. They are not in my coffee shop because of tariffs, and I want to make sure they're so as I was saying, that there is no unpleasant surprise when you actually order something and with the shipping and the tariffs, because I won't want that for myself and I don't want that for anybody. So let's continue with this video. Done kit, and I'm using, this is a piece of the masterboard that I've made in a other video. This is some slow stitching that I've also made to write my journal thing. And right now I'm working on the 4 signatures, so I want to put them in this space, so between this and this, but I don't want them to be how can I say this, I want them to be, you know, like just attached in there, but not with a spine or anything. So I just want them to be spaced where they need to be. So this is how I separated my 4 signatures inside that space. So December, November, October, and this one. I'm going to do this like this to make sure that I get my holes in there fine. Okay, so the first one is here. Oops. This is what I'm going to use, I suppose, to make the others. And then I've printed these 2 to a page. So because it will be on the outside, I'm going to start with the last one here. And I'm going to go with this here. That way the thread will stay outside. Okay, so let's do this now. So This is December. So again, I used a template to do my holes in line with my signature, my cover holes with my signature holes. I wouldn't have this issue here where this here is too high compared to this. They said they are all like this, and this is how it's going to stay. When you look at it this way, the signatures are all here, so you could actually kind of go like this, and this is how it would look, a bit more less flat. Okay, now I'm using, well actually I'm separating the ephemera from the kit of Sandra at BIP Stationery, which is the Whimsical Autumn kit, and you can have it in a coffee shop at 30% with the link in the description below. And by doing this, I actually get a better sense of how many I have and how I can actually separate them between the 4 signatures. So this is kind of my way to have a bit of order in my crafting, which is about how far it goes for me. While I'm sorting this out, I'd like you to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, leave also a like, the thumbs up. It helps my channel to almost get to my 500 subscribers, so I really would enjoy that. It does make a difference when you also share the videos, so that's up to you. This said, as you know, I had this whole problem with the signature where the last hole on the signature is not in line with the spine, and I will use medical tape. If you don't have that, you can also use the painter's tape that is kind of beigey, and you put it in the outside of the signatures to glue them basically to the spine. It worked better than the washi tapes, which didn't stay. So I'm using this white ink, which is this one is permanent and it's not water soluble, and I'm adding some stencil around because I plan to make a matting effect on this, but I don't want just a brown effect outside. I want it to have some design. I will also speed things up after this example of how I plan to make things. I know that sometimes you prefer to have, a view of what the embellishment will be. So I personally don't always watch the videos in their real time. I usually speed them up because, let's face it, this is gluing and inking, and just thinking about placing things can be very lengthy. Now this kit has a lot of things in it. It has graphics and it has the colors that are really, really nice. I think it will be good for a teenager. They might actually discover, when they're in between phase. I personally like the mixing of the whimsical house and the graphics. They really appeal to the young side of me and the more graphic side of me. And the colors are really, really nice. So the links for Sandra's kit will be in the description box. Don't forget that. And it's a nice 30% off. That's fun. For my closure, I have this bias tape fabric that my mom gave me. It's a big roll of it, and I really like how the orange, the black really goes with my cover, which was from a masterboard that I made earlier this year. So I will put it between those threads and glue it with some Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac is really great for that, it will hold immediately. So you see, you can find closure ways. It doesn't always have to be satiny ribbon or lace. This is a cotton, and as I said, it's really fitting with the colors of my book, of this agenda that I've made so many mistakes in, that I've actually been very creative to fix them up and make them great. I will use this book for myself as an agenda for October, November and December, and see if I prefer it this way. The first one I made was bigger, more really like I did the same thing as Barbara from 49 Dragonfly, and I haven't found a use for it, so I don't even know where it is right now in my piles of things. So much I don't use it. I didn't put anything artistic in it, and I barely find interest in adding things of normal agenda you would put in. So I have to rethink my way of using an agenda, even if it's an artistic one. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one, where I will finish embellishing the inside of my book. Bye!